Hello, my name is XONEVANT. Today is Thursday, May the 15th, and this is your Daily Dose. Alright guys, I want us to take a step back for a second. Just take a step back, everybody take a breath, and let's think about this thing, okay? So last year, right, we had Sony's press event, we had, Microsoft's press event. Microsoft didn't do too well out the gate. E3 came around, they still didn't, pull it together, and they've been kind of behind the eight ball ever since. Now, from a marketing standpoint, from a business standpoint, you have to know that both companies are gunning for this year's E3, right? Because if Sony can trump Xbox again at this year's E3, I mean, that's like the dagger in the coffin, right? But here's the thing, and I think this is smart on Xbox's part, and I commend them for it, right? Because even though I don't believe in the quote-unquote console war that these news websites pitch to us and that people in comments say exist, I mean, yes, obviously Sony and Microsoft are competing against one another, but I just don't think it's this inflammatory console war that the media and all the nonsense that goes on in the comment sections, I just don't think that part of it is accurate. But from a sheer business standpoint, yes, there is a competitive marketplace there, and one of them is gunning to win it. Now, if you notice over the last couple of days, Microsoft has been dominating the media, right? Dominating the press. Every single article is Microsoft, Xbox, Microsoft, Xbox. And look, it's not negative news. It's good news, them dropping their price point down to $399, offering that, console without the Kinect. That's a good move. Then they came out, I talked about this in yesterday's show with the Xbox Live Gold membership, right? They're taking down some of those paywalls. That's good news too. And now we're hearing reports that, they're starting to turn their Xbox Live Gold membership into something that's more like the PlayStation Plus, right? A little bit more value on the games, etc. So it's them dominating the press, but it's right before E3. Now, this is a very strategic, bold marketing move by Microsoft. And to be honest, they desperately need this to work for them. And I'll tell you why it has to work. Because last year they announced, and you guys remember this, tons of brand new IPs. Tons of brand new IPs that they had in development, right? But if you don't have consoles in people's homes, those IPs aren't going anywhere. They're not going to be, the money grabs that you want them to be. You see what I mean? And brand new IPs, I mean, yeah, they can be system sellers, you know what I mean? But not necessarily, right? I mean, a good system seller is that franchise that you can trust. For Microsoft, it would be like a Halo or maybe a Gears or something like that. Something that already has a fan base that would go out and buy your console for that particular title, who's aware of what that title actually is. But a brand new IP can't always deliver that. I'm not saying that it doesn't deliver that, but it's not a good indication of whether it's going to be a system seller or not. So they are, in my mind, they're desperate at this point, and desperate's not bad for us. You see what I mean? As gamers, I want all these companies to feel like they're desperate for my dollars. You see what I mean? Because when a company is desperate for my dollars, they're going to get my money. Because at that point, they're probably going to be giving me the value I should have been getting the entire time. You see what I'm saying, right? And that goes for games. That covers every gambit of this industry, from free-to-play to microtransactions to any of the nonsense going on out there, right? When a company feels like they're in control of my dollar, they take away value. It's just the way that it works. That's basic economics, people. But when they feel like they're desperate for my dollar, they give me things. They give me value. Now, granted, this is something that probably should have been there to begin with, right? But I'll take what I can get. So I think they're using the press right now. I think they're using all of this, media attention to get ready for E3. I think they're going to go in there and try to steamroll, Sony. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's a good thing, because if they end up being super competitive with Sony, which if they keep going in this direction, guys, they're going to be super, super competitive with Sony. That's just going to drive Sony to do even better, which is going to cause Microsoft to do even better than Sony. In other words, they're actually competitive again, which means, guess what, baby? We win. The gamers win. When it's neck and neck, we win. And it hasn't really been neck and neck, guys, since launch. regardless of which console you love or whatever facts are facts, it's not been a neck and neck race. You see what I mean? But it's about to be that again. If they can come in and deliver at E3, I'm telling you, man, this is a game changer. And the only people that truly benefit from this is us.